Hi, my name is Katrina McCluskey, and for this part of the career profile, I decided to research on the LDS social services. We have a social service office here in our town, Spokane Valley, Washington, and so I called up and talked to Pat Cabbage, who is one of the therapists that work at the LDS Social Services, to find out a little bit more about that company. Um, so what I found out was that the working environment, there's only about 200 total employees for the church, stationed all over the world, and so there's not too many job openings for this, but once you get in, it's an excellent job. Um, they have office hours from 8 to 5, but you're pretty much on call if any of the bishops or stake presidents or someone needs to get a hold of you, you're on call. So that you could technically work about anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week, depending on the week, and all day. The service areas, and it depends on where you live, but in Spokane, it's a pretty wide service area, so you do have to do some traveling. The benefits are excellent. They provide a 401k, you get a pension plan, and the medical is really good. When I talked to him, he said typically you don't get paid as much as somebody who is as a regular counselor, but you do get compensated in another way. So it ends up being a really good financial job to have. You do have to have your master's. They prefer an MSW, and you do need to have you have to be licensed in the state that you're providing services for. So that's an extra license that you do need to have. Some of the job tasks are, of course, doing counseling, consultation work with many of the church leaders if they call and need help, providing resource material and community resource material if somebody calls that you have references to give them. You are helping with parent education, addiction recovery programs, and he said some of the things they do is help train uh, people who are a couple missionaries that are going to be doing classes, and so they do couple training and management for that. Um, Starting salary with this job, there's no set. They don't list how much they start you at because it depends on where you live. But he said that they do compensate you very well so that you're taken care of. And um, so he said basically in our area, you'd probably, with no experience, you'd probably start around 50,000. He's just giving me a ballpark because there wasn't anything set in stone, but you could make well over 100,000. So um, it sounds like a very good job, and if you're lucky enough to get in, it's a great thing. I just didn't realize before I had called that there wasn't that many job opportunities because there's just not as much available. One of the things that I forgot to mention was the stressors. Um, he was saying that it's a great job, but you do kind of feel like there's no boundaries between church and work because every time you're at church or you do anything, you're bringing your work into it because you're constantly being asked questions. So you're pretty much working full time all the time, and that's one of the stressors. And he says it could put a stress on your family a little bit because of constantly being on call. So anyways, that was the career path that I chose to look into, and hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you.